And welcome back, YouTube. Just made it back from the clerk of court's office. Yeah, I'd love to shoot video in there and show you what that whole experience is like, but yeah, they don't really like cameras going on there. That's kind of neat. Just noticed that coming in here. Oh man, and somebody totally hit that with their car too. Kind of neat that there's bicycle parking here in the Jackson Street garage. So not something I expected to see coming back in here. Although seeing that somebody backed into it with a car and dented it like that would make me a little bit leery to park my bike there, but certainly more secure than leaving it outside. This garage feels pretty darn secure. I'm so curious if on my way out they're going to check to see any kind of proof that while I parked here I was actually at the Clerk of Court Self-Service Center, as opposed to just using this as a free secure place to park downtown, because yeah, parking garages downtown Phoenix tend to be pretty expensive. So it's still Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, 10:58 a.m. Past my bedtime, but I pretty much slept all night, so yeah, my sleep schedule is whack. Doesn't matter, definitely need to go to work tonight. Let me just go out of here the same way I came in. This doesn't look to be a one-way thing. Oh, that air coming out is hot. Part of me wants to kind of drive around and explore the parking garage, but I think I'd be pushing my luck doing that. I kind of like wandering around parking garages. I know that makes security guys uneasy as hell, but I've always found the architecture of parking garages to be fascinating, and I just like looking at the plumbing and the pipes and the way it's built. You know, things that normal people just take for granted and find painfully boring, I find absolutely fascinating. And especially parking garages where I can go to the top level and look out and just check out the different views from different places. And also I'm super curious like how this connects to above where the Clerk of Court's office is. Looks like I just drive on out. I was kind of half expecting to get questioned or have to show my receipt, or at least show that I got some documents. Although, you know, conceivably I could have just been going there. I could have just been going there to look, you know, at the terminals and not actually buy documents. Now, as it is, I spent a lot more than I intended to spend. I spent 24 bucks. There's been a lot of action in the case. One thing that's going on in the case, which I absolutely did not expect, is apparently somebody emailed the court. Now, it does say that the email is supposed to be of record, but it hasn't been, that it's going to be filed of record, but it wasn't available as something I could print. But apparently somebody in the local media, wasn't me, I'm imagining it's, you know, TV station or newspaper, but who knows. And we were entering the zone, some guy squatting. I don't know if you saw him right in the building. I can't come down here and not go through, since this is what the whole lawsuit is about. So we'll let y'all enjoy the scenery of the zone as I tell you what's happening in the lawsuit. So the most recent thing to happen is somebody has somebody emailed the court, which generally speaking is not the way it's supposed to be done. Things are supposed to be filed, you know, with formal motions and filed with the Clerk of Court, but sometimes judges will make leniences in certain ways to try to work with people who aren't represented by attorneys. Anyway, somebody in the press emailed the court asking to be able to bring cameras in to film the next hearing. And basically film the rest of the procedures, because this is something that's means a lot to a lot of people. This is going to be a big game changer. By the way, there's the Andre House on the right. I used to eat dinner there every day for like a year. Part of me's kind of tempted to come back and do it again. Yeah, the craziest thing was when I was rolling with Connie, and she had this old Benz we were driving around in, and we'd pull up in front of this place in a Benz. It wasn't a nice Benz, but it was still a Benz. And we pull up here. hear some crazy person yelling. We pull up here in a Benz, and we pull up here in a Benz and step out and go in and, you know, get our free dinner. I mean, we were functionally homeless, you know. We're mostly couch surfing at the time, but yeah, I learned a lot about a lot of stuff rolling with Connie. I really did. Kind of curious what she's up to these days. I never noticed that the right lane there is for buses only. That's pretty neat. I didn't think Phoenix actually had any exclusive bus lanes. Oh, buses and right turns only. Didn't realize that. As I turn right from the other lane. I'll let you guys see some more of this lovely neighborhood. So WestCheck Recyclers, the place that I just went to, went to the new building, but they used to be in the building right here to the right of me. Yeah, I used to come down, but it was never this bad in the zone back then. I mean, there'd be some homeless people kind of hanging out here, but I didn't feel unsafe parking the car on the street, going to, you know, spend a half hour rummaging through electronics at WestCheck. But yeah, we didn't really want to park the car down here now. Anyway, so yeah, somebody in the press sent an email to the judge, so they're going to have a hearing to decide whether or not they're going to allow cameras to be present in the rest of the proceedings of this case. So I forget the exact date where that hearing is, but I'm going to try to go to that, and if it's possible, I don't know if I'll have a chance to address the judge or present my argument, but you know, one beautiful thing about the First Amendment, freedom of the press, is it doesn't require a press pass. It doesn't require that you actually be part of a formal, you know, newspaper or TV station or radio station. Every American has the right to be the press, and as the founding fathers of this country intended. Nourish PHX. Got a lot of people that are waiting for food boxes. Yeah, not quite to the point where I feel like I need food boxes, but not gonna lie, kind of thinking about it. Things are really tight for me right now. It's been a long time since I got a food box from that place. It used to be called something else. It's hot out today. I can do the Circle K. I need to get me a sip drink. I still haven't got a drink since I was smashing cans. I am super thirsty. I thought I'd get myself some water at the clerk of court's office, but I was so focused on what I was doing that I didn't. Anyway, that's the most interesting thing that's going on in the case right now, is the special hearing regarding whether or not cameras will be allowed. I do know a lot of times judges are not fond of that sort of thing, but I'm sure the judge realizes how much public interest there is in this case. And I want to go down there. I want to be part of that, and, you know, obviously bring my smartphones and find out if that's going to be a thing. And if it is, I will probably try to attend, you know, future hearings and live stream it. I mean, you know, the bottom line is if Channel 5 has a right to be there and provide video of the hearings and film it for their stuff, as a YouTuber, I have the exact same right to go in there and film it or live stream it. So I feel like I've dived deeper into this case than anybody else really has. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. I can't really look at it while I'm driving, but there is another hearing set up that's coming up. I think there's like 3 different hearings scheduled, and there's already been one hearing. So as I kind of predicted when I was last time I was really talking about this case, the city of Phoenix filed a motion to dismiss. I only kind of read the first page of it, but they're trying to downplay this this lawsuit as a nuisance case, they're really trying to act like it's not their problem or their responsibility, which is absolutely ridiculous. And trying to make it like the people that own property down here and businesses down here are just being petty and being a nuisance. But yeah, it's a complicated issue. It is. But for the city to act like they have no responsibility, yeah, I mean, I've shown footage of signs, you know, that say no loitering and no camping, and it is a city ordinance. So for the city to neglect a certain part of town and not enforce that ordinance and say, well, there's trying to house individuals and you guys aren't showing compassion by ignoring them like we're ignoring them, yeah, that's a pretty weak defense. Anyway, there's been some other motions and some replies to that motion to dismiss, and there's oral argument coming up. I definitely want to be present at oral argument. It's all coming up in the next couple of weeks, by the way. So I definitely, yeah, want to actually go to those hearings and watch them. I absolutely enjoy seeing the justice system in action. God, I used to go to so many hearings just for entertainment and education purposes. Back when I was homeless downtown, that was part of how I spent my day. As I was just kind of learning more about, you know, more about the court, how the court system worked with different civil cases I was following, and mostly family court cases. But anyway, I got a whole stack of documents here. Some light reading for today. Keep that receipt. That was a pretty substantial, not a lot of money spent, but something. Yeah, eager to see opposition to. There's a preliminary injunction that has been filed. I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about. So I know there's an injunction dispute, and the City of Phoenix has filed their answer. I think the City of Phoenix was actually honestly thinking that the judge was just going to grant that motion to dismiss, and yeah, that didn't. Well, I'm glad I didn't turn left in front of those people. I honestly thought they were sitting in a left turn lane. That mural said, "Let's eat." I wonder if that's another one of those kind of places that feeds the poor and the homeless. Not familiar with that one. Oh, Phoenix Rescue Mission. That's what I just passed there. We're definitely in the district for that sort of thing. As we're also surrounded by government offices, mostly state and county offices. All right, let's do the Circle K cam. This Circle K tends to have some really interesting transients in front of it. I'm going to leave the camera running, go inside, get myself my drink. I remember the last time I came in here, and there was a lot of transients here, and I had a little conversation with the clerk about it, and you could tell she was really frustrated, but couldn't really do anything about it. I told her, yeah, it'd be nice if they had sprinklers that could come on a regular basis. And she's like, yeah, part of me thinks I'd get rid of the people, and part of me thinks that they just actually come here for that. And she's probably right. Anyway, enjoy the scene. I'm gonna go get my drink and come back and give a little more information about what I found out about the progress in the lawsuit since I last went to the clerk of court to check it out. That dude that just ran out the store and ran in front, he just shoplifted. That was fun. Said if I catch that guy, I can have whatever he has. I'm ready. Store said it's mine, motherfucker. Oh God, so ready for a drink. You know, and the fuck up thing is the homeless guy that's right there squatting down in front of me. That guy paid for his stuff. That guy paid cash for his drink. I chatted with that guy a bit. That guy's a nice guy. Obviously, he's going through some tough times. He's looking for cigarette butts right now, but at least he's not a thief. At least he didn't go in there and shoplift. Oh man, Circle K Days is still going on. They still got the $1.23 hot dogs. I see it right there on the sign right in front of me. They didn't have the sign by the hot dogs, right? I grabbed one. That's a good deal. And the Circle K hot dogs are unusually good, by the way. Curious if I can see where that shoplifter went. He went running this direction. I'm looking for him. He went this way. I like that clerk. There's an older Hispanic lady. She got some spunk. She's like, I'm gonna get you next time. That has got to be a tough Circle K to work at. You know, this neighborhood, even as bad as this neighborhood is, I would love to own a house down here. I mean, yeah, this is a tough and sketchy neighborhood, but most of Phoenix just has the most absolutely bland architecture for houses. It's just tracks home. Miles and miles and miles of suburban, boring-ass track homes. And the architecture in this neighborhood is very interesting. Some truly beautiful homes in this neighborhood. And granted, a lot of them got bars on the windows. But, I feel like in time, this area will get gentrified. It's got considerably gentrified on the other side. On the other side of, excuse me, on the other side of 7th Avenue. In fact, those houses are going for a small fortune. But this area, not as much. But you don't feel like once you get off Van Buren, it's not nearly as bad. It's neat seeing the old brick houses with real attics and porches. And yeah, I could definitely dig living in this part of town, even with all its issues. As long as I'm not right on Van Buren. Anyway, I'm trying to think what else I should do. It's 11, 14, 15, 16, 11, 17. Oh, gotta add 3 minutes on the clock. 11:17 right now. Thinking I should just head home, make myself a sandwich, and work on my computer. Do a little video about the stuff I got from Ghettotronics. And then read through all that paperwork. So yeah, really not much more to say until I can actually get through the paperwork. But yeah, it looks like the cities, or it looks like the judge is just not even entertaining the motion to dismiss. Although it hasn't ruled on it yet. And actually, I think one of the hearings that's coming up is the oral argument on the motion to dismiss. But I don't see the city of Phoenix making this case go away with a simple motion to dismiss. I don't see it happening. They did file their answer. As I expected, it's not very many pages. Anyway, I got about 50 pages worth of legal documents to read. Now, granted, a lot of that is some pretty basic stuff, and certificates of service and whatnot. I printed everything, including some minute entries in an order to appear. But I do want to stay on top of this and share, kind of my own in-depth analysis of it as it progresses. And definitely want to be at the hearing regarding One thing interesting I didn't mention, the hearing that's coming up regarding whether or not press will be allowed to have on the minute entry regarding the hearing coming up regarding whether or not the press will be allowed to have cameras present in future proceedings. It did say on it that if the representative of the press that sent the email, so presumably they got sent this as well, and hopefully it's in the minute entry. I didn't look as closely at it to see if maybe their address has been added as an intervener. I mean, technically they're not a party to the lawsuit, but you know, I mean, are they an intervener as a party? I don't know. It's debatable. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a high school dropout. Cut me some slack on this. It did say though that if they were not present at the hearing, that it would be denied. So I kind of want to be present and see if I can just get a little bit of word in before the hearing with the judicial assistant, just to let them know that I'm sort of free press, and that I'd like to have cameras in the hearings, and whether or not the person who sent the email shows up or not, that I would just kind of like to represent on behalf of, you know, any interested parties that want to cover it as press, and would be down in, or, you know, also join in to that end. And maybe, just maybe, if I put in and they don't show up, I'll be able to kind of still carry what they asked for. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see where this goes. Also, dying to see what the preliminary injunction is all about. Who's trying to stop who from doing what? Because from what I can see as I'm driving through there, Phoenix is doing a whole lot of nothing, other than they're keeping the homeless people, you know, rounded up in that one little area. I mean, as you notice as I'm driving around, there were no homeless people squatting underneath the overpass on 7th Street over by the ballpark. No homeless people squatting in front of the ballpark. No homeless people in front of the clerk of court building. I mean, it's just like you've clearly entered an area where it's tolerated as soon as you go under the 7th Avenue overpass. It's literally like there's a line. I mean, at this point, I've gone down there enough. I could watch my videos and then lay out on a map exactly what streets that level of urban camping is and is not tolerated on. And there's really no provision in the city of Phoenix's urban camping ordinance or loitering ordinance that allows for them to do that, and especially at to the detriment of business owners and property owners. And I'm just thinking I could have actually gone to the sandwich place that is one of the plaintiffs in this case. It's the right time. I could have got lunch there, but yeah, my money is insanely tight until Friday. Of course, it's